In this video, I'm going to be talking about my first vendor fair and my first gallery exhibition. So, as I said, I'm going to talk about my experience in my first vendor fair that I've done and how much I paid for my booth, how much pottery I had sold, and everything like that. So, starting off, this is a picture of the pottery that I had laying around from my school and from everything that I've just saved up over the years that I think is worth selling. I'm saving up for school. If you don't know, I'm going to Alfred University in fall 25. I am formally deferred, and I'm taking a year off in order to, do these types of things, vendor fair and gallery exhibitions. I want to grow my resume, and I definitely want to save up some money so I don't leave with massive amounts of debt out of college. So that's what this vendor fair really helps with. So like I said, I made a bunch of pottery, and that's because I had a lot from school that I had saved up, and I went to community college near my area, and I made a lot of stuff, a lot of extra stuff, but also a lot of teapots and mugs and bowls I just had from projects that I had done. So I decided that I didn't have enough in order to, for the vendor fair was 4 days, so I don't think I had enough to sell for the 4 days, which did end up proving to be true. But what I did was, because I don't have my kilns set up, and like I had mentioned in my past video about me setting up a shed in my backyard with my brother, we don't have electricity to the shed yet in order to fire our kilns. So I decided I was going to bring my pottery to a local studio, and I fired a bunch of stuff with this really nice lady there, and she was super kind, and her prices were very, very reasonable. I bought my own glaze, and I paid for a bisque firing, and once everything was bisqued, I glazed everything at home, and then brought it back, and I glazed everything with her. So that's what these mugs and spoon rests that you saw there, that's what all those were for, and I would say most of them sold. I think I only have 1 or 2 mugs left over. So this is what the booth looked like when I was all done setting up on my first day. So this vendor fair started on a Thursday and ended on Sunday, so 4 days. And I would say Friday and Saturday were definitely the busiest, then Sunday, and then Thursday. So Thursday was the calmest day. I was very nervous, to be quite honest. I was very, very nervous that this vendor fair wouldn't go very well. And I also had paid $215. So $200 was the booth cost, along with the fees and the insurance. And then $15 was an extra fee because I used the electricity the booth vendor had provided. And the reason was because I brought my wheel. I decided to wheel throw at this event, and I think that was a great decision. It actually, I would say, made a lot of people come into my booth, and it made a lot more sales. So it allowed the children of the parents to walk over, and they were interested, and so they stood around my booth for a while watching me wheel throw. And it also allowed the kids to play around on the wheel for a little bit, and it was just a good time all around, because I feel like people really did enjoy watching me, or playing around or looking at me wheel throw, which was great. It was cool. I threw a bunch of vases, as you're seeing here. I threw 3 bowls. I did like a fluted rim. Just played around, had fun. I wasn't saving any of these pieces. And then I just sold a bunch of stuff. So I did take card and I did take cash, and it was hard to let go of some of these pieces. This wood fire vase that you're seeing, that one I sold for $70, which was a pretty good price actually for a wood-fired vase. And the vendor booth next to me ended up buying it, so I was really cool and supportive of them. It was great meeting everyone and selling a bunch of stuff, and I will say this is my booth, a little small clip of my booth at the end of the 4 days. And as you can see, the tables were like empty. I'm so happy that I sold out of basically everything, and it went super well. Moving on, this is my first gallery exhibition. I wanted to talk about this a little bit on my YouTube channel because I posted on Instagram, and if you're not following me already on Instagram, go ahead and follow me. I post a bunch of my art and a bunch of my events that I participate in. But I participated in the Storytellers exhibition in Mudflat Studios. So super excited to be a part of this, but basically I entered 2 pieces of mine, which was this rhino with teacup sculpture, and it was my astronaut sculpture that I've made a video on in the past. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. But basically these 2 pieces, the most complicated one was obviously the rhino with teacups, and this was actually on exhibition in my ceramics studio back in my college, my community college, and so I had to take it out of their gallery in order to transport it 2.5 hours away to Mudflat Studios. Studios, and that is near Boston. And I had to give them instructions and detailed. I tried to be as detailed as possible, just so that nothing broke or fell over or anything like that. But I was super detailed on how to set it up. I bought putty for them, and I bought fishing wire and tape, and I put it all in the package and I packed it all up. I wrapped it in blankets. I put a bunch of newspaper in that box, and I drove it there myself. It was actually super cool seeing their gallery and seeing their studio. The studio was very, very impressive. Mudflat Studios is in Somerville and right near Boston, and it is super huge. There is a lot of artists there, a lot of artists in residencies, and in the gallery, the artists that were on exhibition and the galleries were also really, really nice work, amazing work. And if some of these pieces were not already sold, I would have bought them myself. Well, my aunt actually bought, when she visited the studio, she bought a vase from the gallery, which was really cool. My Rhino with teacups did not sell, but I honestly, as much as I would love for it to sell, I didn't expect it to. And the reason is just because I feel like in the general public, no one really knows where to put a giant rhino with a bunch of teacups, and these are not functional teacups, so I wasn't really expecting it to be sold. I was just really happy with participating into the gallery, and I was happy to finally get my name out there, and I think this will look great on my resume and hopefully get me into future galleries. I also had a bunch of fun coming here, and my family was super supportive. So this gallery exhibition went amazingly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this inspired you. Huge thank you to my family for being so supportive, and a big thank you to Mudflat Studios for putting this gallery exhibition on. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.